Hey guys, what's up? We're back at you with a new video. Today we're going to be doing the top 10 tool belt essentials. This is going to be basically any trade that requires a tool belt, tool pouch. We're going to be going over the 10 essentials that we think are the best and you guys would use every day. So let's get into it. All right guys, so the first item on the list is obviously hammers. As you can see, I have two different hammers at me at two different price points, obviously. So when you first start out in your trade, if you're starting something new with an electrician, a concrete guy, a framer, whatever, you're probably gonna go with obviously the cheaper option just to make sure you kind of like your trade, whatever you're doing. So this is a 22-ounce Milwaukee hammer, great hammer, perfect starting hammer, very heavy, obviously 22 ounce, but it's gonna get you through that kind of hump where you want to figure out if you like your trade or not, what you're doing. This is a good starter hammer. If you guys plan on doing your trade for a long time, you're going to want to upgrade to a lighter hammer because swinging a heavy hammer all day is going to wear and tear on your shoulder, your wrist, everything like that. So this is a Stiletto T-Bone 3, great hammer, obviously more expensive, but again, you pay more, you get more. This is going to get you through anything you put up against. It's just going to be a better, lighter hammer, easier to swing. It's going to be easier on your shoulder, on your wrist. It's just a good long-term investment to buy a light hammer that you know is going to last you a long time. Obviously, it's a little expensive. You could run you around 300 bucks. This Milwaukee, I think I paid like 45 bucks for it. So obviously, there's a price difference, but you get what you pay for. So if you're going to be long-term in your trade, you're going to want something that's going to be lighter and more easier on your body. Let's get into the next one. All right, guys, so the next thing up on the list is tape measure. So obviously, I got two tapes here at two different price points. We're going to start off with the cheaper tape. Obviously, if you guys are starting your trade and you're kind of fresh into measuring and stuff like that, you might not know your fractions. So this tape, or most cheaper tapes, I should say, have your fractions on it. You know, give you your eighth, your quarter, your 3/8, stuff like that. If you guys are just learning, this will be a tape for you. It's obviously a bit cheaper. You kind of feel it's a little bit flimsy. You know what I mean? It's kind of, but it'll get the job done for what you need to do. And then you move over, once you get to know your job and get to know your fractions, stuff like that, you're gonna wanna get a little more expensive. So this tape measure was about $25, $26 Canadian, and this tape measure was like $8 Canadian. So obviously there's gonna be a bit of a difference. As you can see, this is Milwaukee tape, the wide blade. This is personally my favorite. It doesn't really have to be this one. You guys are gonna choose whatever one you like. But as you can see, it's got some wear on it. You know, I obviously use it a lot. But I've had this for, I don't know, about 4 or 5 months, which in my trade doing concrete is actually a long time for a tape because these tapes just get absolutely destroyed. So obviously you pay more, you're gonna get more. Again, when you're starting out, go for the cheaper option and then move up to the the more expensive option. Next one. All right, guys, next up on the list is a cat's paw or a nail bar, whatever you guys like to prefer as. As you can see, I got two different nail bars here. This one is going to be your starter nail bar. It's just an S-Wing steel nail bar. It's a pretty thick one. As you can see, it's pretty beat. It's kind of dull on the end there, everything like that. But it's still a great option. Again, starting out, you're going to kind of want to go for this one. It's kind of a cheaper option. Next up here, we have the DeWalt. This kind of is a more intricate design. It's got the nail setter on here. So if you have a nail that's sunk in and you can't get it started, you put that around your nail, you hit it, give you a little divot so you can pull it out. This is obviously a lot lighter than this full steel nail bar. Again, you're starting out, you're gonna want something a little cheaper, but you're gonna want to move to an upgrade later on. These are both great options for nail bars, and I would recommend both of them. Next clip. All right, guys, next up we have squares. So I got two different size squares here. If you guys are doing like trim and stuff like that, small kind of intricate stuff, you're gonna want the small trim square from Milwaukee or any brand, whichever brand you choose. Great square, solid, tough, and they're pretty affordable. I don't know, they're like 10 bucks or whatever, something like that. So good square if you're doing something small. And obviously if you're doing big production stuff, you know, framing, you know, any kind of big stuff, you're gonna want a bigger square. This is the Milwaukee square. It's got a pipe holder in the middle of it. If you're doing pipe stuff, whatever, conduit, anything like that you need, it's gonna hold up. A great solid square. It's gonna hold up to whatever you need, like I said, and it's a really reasonable price even for starting, or if you're furthering your career. I still think it's a good square. These do come in a pack. You can get them at Home Depot for like 25 bucks for the set. I highly recommend that if you're doing a wide variety of work. Like I said, these are great squares. Doesn't have to be Milwaukee. I recommend it because I'm a Milwaukee guy, but you can get DeWalt, whatever you like to start you off. But yeah, next thing. All right, guys, next thing up on the list is chalk lines. As you can see here, I've got 2 different brands of chalk lines. Obviously, it's whatever brand you prefer is which one you'll get. These are both, like the last clip, are both relatively cheap for starting chalk. There's obviously cheaper options, but these are good midway chalk lines. Anyone who's doing any kind of carpentry or anything like that, forming, electricians, anything, you're gonna need a chalk line. So these both are good quality, sturdy. Both lines are very nice. I recommend both of them. One of the most essential things you should have, and no matter what trade you're doing, is a chalk line. All right, guys, so next thing up on the list is pencils. Obviously, no matter what branch of construction you're doing, you're gonna have to need a pencil on your pouch. So obviously, you got your standard issue carpenter's pencil that people have been using since Christ was a cowboy. This thing is just been around for a long time. It's reliable. Everyone knows it. They're comfortable with it. This is what they use. Obviously, it's a great pencil. Nothing much else to say about it. Great pencil. We move over to here, more expensive but better quality as usual. These are the Pika pencils, a carpenter's pencil. Obviously, it can be used in any kind of branch of construction. As you can see, it comes with a nice holster in it, and it's going to be like your mechanical pencils you used back in grade school, except it's construction grade. It comes, you can buy graphite for it, obviously, like that, stuff like that. It works like a mechanical pencil, press down, more lead comes out. And at the end, this case right here, as you can see, has a sharpener built in the end of it. So you put that in there and you sharpen it just to get your, nice point for writing. Comes with the case. This pencil is going to run you around 40 bucks. I know it's expensive, but I think you guys will get a lot more use out of a Pika pencil rather than just your standard issue carpenter pencil. It comes with a little clip. You can put it wherever. It's more durable. It's just, I think, all around a better pencil. But to get started, obviously, you can never go wrong with one of these standard carpenter pencils. But again, when you move up, you're going to want to get something a little more reliable and more durable. Next clip. All right, guys, so next thing up on the list is side cutters. You guys are gonna want to pair these in your pouch just because no matter what you're doing, I feel like you're always gonna need to kind of nick something, cut it, just kind of get it trimmed or something to do. You're gonna have to cut it. These are Nipex side cutters, guys. When I say these are the best side cutters in the game, they are. Obviously, Klein Tools is up there with side cutters, different brand. These are going to run you around 50 bucks for a pair of side cutters, but it is worth 100% lifetime warranty. And these things are durable. They're made in Germany. Probably, like I said, they're the best side cutters in the game. Either do construction, automotive, whatever you're doing, these are going to run you a little bit more, but they're going to be a lot better quality like anything else. I highly recommend these side cutters. This is a very, very big essential. Next clip. All right, guys, so next up on the list is a multi-tool screwdriver. If you guys have been around the trade or any kind of construction, most guys like to run just this standard issue multi-tool screwdriver. So you got Allen keys, all that kind of stuff in it. Just your standard issue. Choose one. That's it. You're doing it. It's kind of cheap. This is just a benchmark one. You can get these at Home Depot or Home Hardware. Again, this is going to be like a, $20, not even, less than $20, maybe $10 screwdriver. Good to get started. But if you guys want a good ratcheting screwdriver, this is called Roller Gear. As you can see, it's got all the different kind of bits in it. And actually, it's got just a bearing in it. There's actually no teeth for ratcheting, but it's very smooth, very smooth screwdriver, very well built. Got all the different bits like that. Very tough, very, just an all-around better screwdriver if you need something quick, something, got to change something, you got it right there. And it's going to withstand everything you put it through. As this one, you do something, you drop it, it might break. Like I said, recommend starting. Cheaper, further in your career. More expensive one. Next clip. All right, guys, next up is a little torpedo level, or pocket level, whatever you want to call it. This is a Stabella. This is obviously the best you're going to get in levels. Nothing else that really beats it. This is going to be running around $70 just for this level. So obviously you don't have to start with this one. You can get a cheaper one, but like everything else, what you get for what you pay is what you get. This, as you can see, has taken a decent amount of abuse, but it's just a great level. It's got the magnets on the bottom. And then you got to do is gonna put it. It's gonna be able to do, and then you got to put it through at your level of choice. Like I said, you don't have to start off with the most expensive. You get a cheaper one, but you're gonna want to end up with something like that. All right, guys. Last thing up on the list is obviously a utility knife or an X-Acto knife, whatever you want to call it. This is an Olfa knife. This is the world famous brand. Everyone knows Olfa. They're a great brand. You can get those cheap ones from the dollar store. Trust me, I've had them. You're not going to want to get them. After a couple days, they break. The blade's dull. They're just not a good knife. I recommend just going straight with Olfa knife. It's going to cut everything. These blades right here, I personally don't recommend. They can have the snap-off blade on them. Just because if you're cutting something thick, I know a buddy of mine, he was cutting a piece of styrofoam on his leg like that. Blade snapped, he cut his leg, big gouge in his leg, just because of these right here. So if I could recommend you getting a solid blade, that would be better. I think he's just using up the rest of them just to kind of get rid of them. But like I said, Olfa, you can't go wrong. Great knife. That's the one you're gonna want to get. All right, guys, so that's the end of the video. These are all the essentials. You guys can take out, put in whatever you want, but these are going to be the tools you want to get started on whichever trade you pick. Like I said, you don't have to start with the highest quality. You can kind of pick and choose whatever you want to buy, but these are the essentials you're going to need. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more like it, just comment that down below. We're going to have a bunch of videos coming out on DIY home projects and stuff like that. You're gonna see these tools in use, and just where the higher quality, where the lower quality, you're gonna be able to see the difference. So like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.